In the last video, I forgot to show how I threaded the wires to the back, the trunk area through the quarter window opening. Just like threading a string with a needle, I tied these to a wrench, the longest wires, pushed them to the back, untied it, and then taped the rest of the wires to it, and then just pulled them, threaded them through. The first thing I'm going to be doing with this video is wiring up the cigarette lighter, or their lack thereof.
All right, something I forgot to do on the last section was to install the cigarette lighter, also the headlight switch, because that is instruction 5100054, which is actually this bag right here, and we're going to try to not open up that bag and use the existing headlight switch, and also the cigarette lighter, which is cigar lighter right there, number 4. And we've already located it in the car. And I believe 90% sure it's this one right here. Unfortunately, looks like and I didn't catch this, the back end of the cigarette lighter is either it's been removed, damaged. I don't really know what's going on, so it's not an essential thing, so we'll leave it. Now what we need to locate is the connection for the headlight. Ooh, let's see. So the 5100054 is right there in the bag, and we'll see if we can't use the existing switch and just connect it up. I'll be right back. All right, found it. Let's see if this plugs in. If it requires 2 hands, I'll be right back. But let's just see if we can do it with 1 hand. No, I'll be right back. All right, I'm plugged in. Hopefully that's plugged in all the way, but we'll check that.
When rewiring the headlights, the urge to wire the driver's side light first, it'll be strong. Scratch that idea. Lay the wires first, get a good idea for how long the length will be, and if you're going to do anything, wire the passenger side first. But here's a courtesy skeletal remains of a 1970-ish Mustang, as well as a schematic, so you can get a good idea, pause it, and see how the wires look inside of the vehicle before you lay them. Here is a botched wiring of the headlights that I got when I imported the car. I paid the company to do it. In fact, if you're watching it, you did a shitty job. So now I'm seeing all your gremlins as I'm rewiring this car.
Sideways is the ground. In the middle is that wiring.
Just kind of follow along. If I see anything worthwhile talking about, I'll interject. But this is just me threading the wires. Here's my journey doing it.
So the ground, the headlight connector. Now what we have to do is find ourselves a good attachment over here. high. Brown wire right here. Oh no, that's
I'm gonna plug in the American Autowire switch or plug to the back of the bulb. This is the OEM version, and it just seems to click down and stay tighter. But I'm not gonna use this, which I'm kind of having second thoughts. I want to use everything that this manual tells me to install, the instructions tell me to install. I'm not using this, but I'm thinking of keeping this because I feel like eventually that thing is going to wiggle off. So. My phone ran out of memory, so I wasn't able to show how I crimped it over, and I kind of scuffed up this part of the wire, so I just do some electrical tape on it. Anyways, I'm throwing that over there, and now I'm going to zoom out and put this, I think it was D? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was D. D or F work, but I was using D, and crimp that on, and there we go. Heading to the front turn lights and wiring them up now. All right, and this brown is labeled park lights. All right, put a terminal on that side so that you can install it on that stupid thing right there. Right there, right there, right there. And then put a bullet so that you can install it on both of those right there. All right, got these routed into the front of the car. These are going right there. I have vice grips on it so that it doesn't get sucked back in there, which is done a few times. Got the horn wired. I got it wrapped around like that for now because I might cut it down later on, but we'll figure that out later on. I have this wrapped around the hood bumper because I need to route this down to this turn signal, which I don't have wired yet. I don't have this light wired yet, and I don't have this light wired yet, but I do have this light wired and this light wired. I still need to put these away, which I'll do later on. And I still need to wire this. I'm waiting on some T. What are they called? Just a way to branch off the wire. I'm gonna branch off this blue. Oh, blue or brown? I can't remember. I have to look back at the schematic, but once I look back, I'll remember, and then I will do it. This next part I'm just going to touch on for a second and skim over it because on the 68 Mustang I have an engine fan to cool the radiator. Though on the 65 Mustang, whenever I get around to doing that, I want to learn how the electric fan is actuated, wired, and everything to do with that. Also, the horn button isn't connected, but I'm going to plug it in anyways because I want that horn to work with if and when I plug that in. All right, and the wires we're going to be routing over to attach to V are it is the brown and the dark green coming from this harness here. So let's go take a look for that. All right, we got ourselves the left turn signal right here. Right turn signal is actually nowhere to be found. Oh, nope, there it is. All right, we stole the bulb from the other turn signal housing. And this is the new one, the 510462 with the green, meaning it's the passenger side, the right side, and we're just so we don't lose it, we're just gonna plug it in and reassess the situation because we've already isolated the wires. Looks like wow, look at that, the same colors. So we just got to figure out which connectors to crimp on there. So I'm crimping down these, then I'm gonna crimp. I forget what letter they are. I'll see them in the electrical tape on this, insulate it, make it a little bit better protected from the elements, and then I'm gonna install the two crimp down attachment for these two wires, and I'll be back. All right, I installed this like this, the brown on this portion with this little clip right here in the back.
I installed this like this, and I don't have a third hand, so I'm gonna install it and I'll be right back. Now that's how it looks. All right, so we have to find bag that we opened up earlier and put in the Tupperware, 510462. And what we're going to be finding here, we have U and V. We need to find V because that is the passenger side, the right side of the car. The U has the yellow, so we're not going to be using that one right away. We're going to be using that one with the green, so look for that. And that's how it's going to look. Steve, need to redo the ground. That's connected to that right there. To that right there. Just need to redo that ground. All right, I just got the phone with American Autowire, and they're saying that if you're going to wire up an electric fuel pump to wire this to a relay off the battery, you can run it straight to the fuel pump itself, but you risk when you shut off the car something about the cavitating and all the fuel still in the line, keeping the engine running. Actually, that's how I had it wired originally before I ripped this wire out, is with a switch. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find this empty switch right here, whether it's plugged in or not. I can't remember. If it's not plugged in, it's still in the box. I'll find it, and then I'll plug one of these in and run a wire all the way to the fuel pump. All right, if you're trying to find this connector right here, which just says is part of the dash harness connector, it's not in any of the bags which I've organized and put into Tupperware. No, sir. It is right here with the accessory connector, and then see if I can do it with 2 hands. Take it off. So now we can start wiring our fuel pump. And American Autowire actually was kind enough to send me a custom schematic on how to wire it with the relay, and I don't think I'm going to do that as of right yet, maybe later on in time.
This is the end of the video. I could have shown wiring up the engine, but we would have ran into the 30-minute mark, and we're about at 13 minutes right now, so it's a good point to stop. And be sure to like, subscribe, comment, whatever, so that you can see the next part, which is, I don't even know, what are we at? Part 5, 6, 7? I don't even know. So whatever the next part is going to be, it'll be in the description, it'll be in the title, and we're moving on.